Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mascara, or hi if you're new. 2020, what a year that was. Some good things happened, some other things happened that I'll cover later in the video, but I thought I'd just sit down, throw on some makeup and chat about 2020 because it's been a weird one. It's been a very, very weird one. It's not the year I expected 2020 to be in any way, shape or form. The only thing I expected that I would still be in this flat, and that is still true. So yeah, I'm just going to start on my makeup and just, yeah, keep chatting. I'm sorry if this video is going to be really long, but I can talk for England or I can be silent as the grave. There is no in between with me, I'm sorry. So I'm going to go with two primers today. I have the Honey Dew Me Up and the Revolution Skincare Superfruit Extract. I'm going to go with this one first because this one's more of a moisturiser and my skin's just being a dry little bitch at the moment. So I just add a little bit of each on. Put that to the side and just rub it in because between wearing a mask a lot of the time at work now and everything changing and this whole new strain of the virus coming out, I'm just not particularly enjoying life at the moment. So yeah, if you don't know, I am a key worker. I work in a pharmacy at the moment and I'm changing my job pretty soon, in 3 weeks. On Monday I start a new job from when I film this and it's a little stressful. My anxiety is currently one hell of a roller coaster. Yeah, Honey Dew Me Up primer, I'm just going to add a bit of this just to really moisturise my face up. So yeah, working in healthcare in a pandemic is not a good idea, but it is job security and that is terrifying. So yeah, it's been an interesting year with that. So I've had, since March, the beginning of April, I've had 3 weeks off. So I've got KVD Vegan Beauty Locket Foundation. I like this one. My jumper makes me look even paler than average. How? So you can add a bit of this. Yeah, it's been a fun year. It's been very stressful. My job changed, well, my job role at my current company changed because of them wanting to change protocols, which was stress, and now because they're based in Kent and a lot of our patients are getting sent up there, we get them, they get sent there, they get the robot makes up their blister packs, their dosset boxes, and it could mean that as of Monday I could have a very, very stressful week because Kent is rife with COVID at the moment and I don't know what's going to be coming back from them. We've had a very chilled week the last 3 days because I don't want bank holidays because we had a 3-day week after Christmas. Concealers. I've got the Tarte Shape Tape and the XX Revolution Concealer. I'm going to go with Shape Tape first because this is very nearly out. I mean, I should probably throw this in the bin, but I don't want to. And a little bit of the XX Revolution Concealer. This is a bit paler, I think. I got this in 0.3 if you're curious. So yeah, my job's been fun. At least I know I'm very fortunate to have a job through the entire pandemic and that I've been able to work through it and I don't have to work from home like a lot of people, but at the same time I know when I've been working face to face with customers, some of them have been incredibly rude, a lot of them have been very demanding because we've had issues getting hold of some medications. They've been very rude to the staff that work in the admin department where I am, and I think people need to be very considerate of that. We've also had people being very rude because we can't put them on our delivery list because we've only got so many drivers and we've only got so many deliveries they can do in a day, and unless it's very difficult to then say yes, this person can go on but this person can't, and it's just, I don't feel sorry for the pharmacist who's been organising it all. So yeah, my base is looking alright, isn't it? Nope, I missed a bit under my hair. I'm going to add a little bit of the contour stick by Fenty Beauty. I know this is a lot of high-end stuff at the moment, but I'm trying to be a bit more diverse in what I use. I've got an order coming in a few days from Wilco with some makeup from there, including some bits that I'm running out of my own stuff. This is how you do it on your nose, right? Positive things that happened in 2020. I got engaged. I know people have been, well, I said I'd post an engagement story up, or proposal story at some point, and I never got round to it, but Lifegoeson. And it's not that I don't want to put it up on the internet, but I don't want everything about my life on the internet. And as somebody who I'm considered neurodiverse, which in layman's terms that is, my brain doesn't function the same way as a typical normal 25-year-old woman would, or the typical woman would. And that's because I've mentioned it before, but I'm autistic. I was diagnosed when I was 23 because I pushed for a diagnosis. I wanted to know why I was weird. And if you're from my primary school or secondary school and you follow me, you look up what autism in adults is like when it's mild, and I've ticked half the boxes at least. So I'm not afraid to talk about it and the fact that I have this condition, but it does mean that like social situations are difficult. I find YouTube easier because it's just putting it out there that I'm a bit different, but it means that my anxiety is rife at the moment. So for powder, I dug this out from the back of my cupboard, thanks to Megan insisting I do. This is a Laura Mercier loose setting powder. Why does my foot always go dead? Ugh. So yes, Laura Mercier loose setting powder. I have it in translucent. And I get my I've got my spongy thing. I remembered it. So this is the colour mine is. This is the colour it's meant to be. I know it needs to go in the wash. But I've got through one of these already. It's incredibly difficult to get comfy when you're sat on the floor. So I'm going to tip a little bit of this into the lid. And I like to go in with the puff and just press it into my skin. Because I find it sets it really nicely and smoothly, because I've got, it's not textured, it's just a bit textured, and by pressing it in, it then means that everything is kind of pressed where it should be. Will I buy a full-size one of these at some point? Yes, because over 2020 my makeup has come a long way, and I think it's because of YouTube and Instagram, and I want to be remembered. I don't mean in the case of I want to be remembered by everyone. I just want to be more than just the little weird kid in the corner at school who everybody kind of assumed I was a bit weird, and that's not who I am. I'm very weird, and being autistic just means that I'm a bit weirder than average. If you would like me to do an entire video on my autism, I will do it, not a problem, but it probably won't be for a while because I pre-film quite a lot. So bronzer and blush, I've got the MUA Bronzed and the MUA Blush, so I'm just going to whack these on my face. Where is that brush? It's right in front of me. So I'm going to go with a bit of this. I'm going to run it around the lid. These are so cheap. They're like £2–3, because MUA is a really cheap brand, and I do plan to do a full face of MUA stuff at some point, but I don't like buying makeup online, so I prefer to do it at some point, either after pandemic is a bit more under control, or you know, just when I'm vaccinated up. Also, if you're an employer and you've come across somebody who is autistic, well, we are generally hard workers. So I'm going to the MUA Blushed. Nice simple base. I don't like to go too ham on like bronzer and stuff because I am pale, so I know I can, and I know it will look orangey if I do. So for brows, I'm going to just do my normal thingy-bobby. If I can find my normal thingy-bobby. There it is. So yeah, this is not the year last year was not the year I expected it to be. I expected it to be, I'm just put it out there, when this all started coming about, I was convinced it was going to be a disaster zone because of reading all the stuff, all the scientific literature about it, because I have a degree in genetics, so I understand, I have a basic understanding of what epidemiology is. Epidemiology isn't an exact science, but they've got an idea, and I'm sorry if you're in America right now, because yes, the UK is rife with COVID, and yes, we haven't got it under control, but our hospitals aren't overwhelmed yet, and I know some are. We've got the Nightingale Centre pop-up hospital things, but because we've got a uniform, in the entire UK we've got one healthcare system, which is the NHS, which is who I work for. Now there are companies who work with the NHS, like my current pharmacy. We're not NHS owned, we work with the NHS, so you can come and get your private prescriptions, you can come and get your dog's prescription, but we generally deal with NHS patients. And it means that healthcare is uniform, we know what we're doing, they have big meetings, you can have meetings across the country. I don't know how it works in America, quite honestly, but I know there's a lot of healthcare systems. It's all done for profit, and NHS is completely opposite. It is done to save lives. And I have a question for you. Is it true you are given antibiotics for a cold? It is what we do. So I just use Anastasia ABH Dip Brow. I'm going to go with Benefit Precisely My Brow, just for the front and beating it up. And I know I'm getting a bit more of a monobrow at the moment, but in my defence, I live in tier 4 and I haven't had a haircut since February last year. And it's currently January. Also, what else has happened to me this year? I started this channel and I am trying desperately to grow this channel. It is disheartening when I see people who have started it later than me, who are doing the same kind of thing as me, but are being much more successful, but I just don't have the money to pump into my channel that some others do, because I'm earning minimum wage and I live in an expensive area and it's just not feasible for me to really put a lot of money into something and then not be able to return it like you can with stuff like fashion stuff, because I have no idea on fashion. I'm sorry Megan, I have no idea on fashion. But what it does mean is my family and friends do get quite a lot of, like, particularly eyeshadow from me. My hair is actually looking pretty good today. I look so pale compared to my hair, but I'm okay with it. My hair has got so dark recently. Eyes are next, I think. Because I put on highlighter last if you're new, just because that is how I do it. I know what I'm doing. I pretend to know what I'm doing. So first of all, Louise base, because this is really good. Worth getting on offer because it does go down to £5 sometimes. So I just put a little bit on my eyelid and then beat it into my face with my sponge. So 2020 was the year I fell in love with brightly coloured makeup, and do I regret it? Not one bit. 2020 is the year I learnt that I mask a lot of the time, which is not a good thing, because it is mentally exhausting. If you are also autistic, you'll know what I mean, but masking is me portraying myself to be more neurotypical than I actually am by doing things like making eye contact, suppressing what's known as stimming, and I am so suppressed in that I don't even know, well, I'm still working out what my stims are, because they are good, they are healthy to do when you're autistic. I've learnt to embrace the fact that yes, I'm a little bit weird, but so is everybody, and some of the best people I know have mental health conditions, and it doesn't make us broken, it makes us different, particularly if it's one of those conditions that you're just born with. So I'm going to go with this palette. It's one of my favourites. It didn't appear in my favourites for 2020 video because I hadn't bought it then. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to pack this colour down here called Blackcurrant, Blackberry even, on a pencil brush, right into my crease. Also, if you're new to here, how did you find my channel? Because I'm starting to post reels, like Instagram reels and TikToks, on to YouTube Shorts. So they are a bit of a sneak peek of what's coming up in the next few weeks, sometimes. But let me know what you think, because I posted one a few weeks back and it's done really well. Like, it's knocked all my other videos out of the water on how many views it's got, which is thoroughly amazing and greatly appreciated. So I'm also going to add a little bit of this to my outer corners. Bring it up a little bit here. Now I know this looks very messy right now, but it is a work in progress. So now, using a fluffy brush, I'm going to go in with Tahiti, which is this colour just here. I'm just going to use that to blend out all the edges here. So yeah, this is the year I started TikTok. I started doing Instagram Reels. I started being a bit more confident in what I can and can't achieve. Anybody with any kind of neurological condition can tell you, especially when it's mental health, it's difficult. I can lose faith in myself very quickly, especially when left with my own thoughts and feelings and that kind of stuff. It's in no way fun, and particularly with the whole COVID thing at the moment, my brain is a mess at the best of times. So I'm going to go with a bit of lilac as well, which is this, it's not lilac, it's pink. Just on the edges. Now I'm quickly going to neaten up over here just by... I can use a little bit of concealer as well. Why do I lose everything? Do you know what, I'm going to use a bit of this. My Fenty matchstick. Because the thing I find with autism at the moment, particularly, that everybody just associates us as being very similar kinds of people. Like, autism is a spectrum, and people... I haven't ever met another woman with autism, knowingly, because it's associated with so many men, and it's so difficult to get a diagnosis if you're female or assigned female at birth. It's a little bit of a pain when you're trying. I have no idea how different I am to any other videos with autism, because I can't. I've never met them. So next I'm going to get a bit more of my base, the Louise base, and cut my crease. Or closer to it, I'm going to try and cut my crease. So now I'm going to go in with this bright green here called Key Lime on a nice clean flat brush. I'm just going to pack that on my inner corner. Like this, so then you can't really see it annoyingly. Key Lime is one of the few colours that I've had an issue with. So I'm going to go with a bit more of a turquoisey blue called Reef down here. Same brush. I'm going to pack that next to Key Lime. So you can see I am very, very bright. Very, very colourful. And I'm going to go in a bit of combination of Lagoon and The Deep, these two blues in the corner. So now I'm going to run a bit of those blues, the purples and stuff right under on my lower lash line. So I'm going to start off with that dark purple. I'm just going to stamp it along, right on the outer corner. Don't worry, I've got a plan. Then use this blue and the turquoisey Tropics colour, and then finally Key Lime, like this. So that looks a lot more uniform now. I'm feeling really bright and colourful right now, and I'm loving it. So I'm thinking I'm going to try my hardest. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try my hardest to try and create a graphic liner. Some graphic liner. So I think this graphic liner is okay. It's not like perfect, but this is the first time I've ever done graphic liner. I've also stuck some mascara on. I've attempted to do a little wing with the green. I'll show you up close in a minute. I'm going to use the Platinum Ice by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. It's just a really nice highlighter. And as you can tell, it's a bit messy in here. So I'm going to go in the combination of this one, and this one. And, you know, bathe my face in it. See, this is just, it's just a really nice highlighter. It's just a shame it's got the name attached to it, but it's just a beautiful highlighter. So for lipstick, I've got the Fenty Beauty lipstick, these fancy ones in Unbuttoned. So I'm going to use a bit of the W7 lip liner. So this lipstick is very nude, I like it. I probably put way too much on, but I haven't used this in ages. So I guess this is a finished look. So let me know how your 2020 was, let me know what you think of this. Any tips for graphic liner, let me know down in the comments because I need to learn. And yes, so I'll see you next time for another lovely video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notifications, hit the bell for notifications because I upload every Tuesday and Friday generally. I will miss a few, but I try not to. And yes, so I'll see you next time for another lovely video. Bye!